up here in the stainless steel bowl, and my fella, I've made friends with him. We've decided to make friends. This is my farmstead ghost. Appalachia's homestead ghost of the manor. It's actually what we think is a reflection from coming up here. But it's interesting that sometimes you see him and sometimes you don't. We've tested that with the lighting. So he's here this morning, and I'm going to make biscuits. So actually what I'm doing, I want to tell you a couple of things. First of all, feast your eyes. Look at that. How can you just not love that? This was some of the large collection of eggs we finished bringing in last night, and we're going to be having some of these this morning. I mean, look at those beauties right there. God loved their hearts. I just want to show you. Look at this one, a speckled egg. Is that not wild? I love it. My little leg bars and my olive eggers and my leghorns, they just do such a good job. So we've got the cast iron out. We've got the stuff ready. I've made biscuits for y'all 3 or 4 times, but I'm going to be doing something different this morning. Some of you are going to roll your eyes and go, welcome to the program, girl. I'm going to make flaky, not flaky biscuits necessarily, but layered biscuits. And yes, I'm cheating and using my Crisco, because I have some. Remember, I buy one little bit a year, and I want to start using it up. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to lie, I actually like Crisco biscuits. That's what we grew up on. So it's a treat. It's in a rare occasion, but it does make a darn good biscuit. So before I even do that, I want to show you, I'm still under the weather. I feel better. I'm really pushing on my sinuses and everything like that, but my throat is sore. So I'm making my ginger tea. Ooh, that's hot as blazes. So I'm going to put my ginger in here and let it sit for a while. I have, and I'm going to take my probiotic and my salmon and all that here, my salmon oil and all that. But I started putting these cinnamon candies in there. Guys, I'm going to tell you, put a little honey and with your ginger, and stick you some cinnamon candies. You can even do peppermint. I don't know where my mind's been. That is deliciousness. So I'm going to go ahead and throw everything in here, okay? I'm going to get all my biscuit stuff going. I'll put my my recipe down below. Birdman over here, he agrees. But we're going to do a different technique with how to, somebody said to me, they were like, why don't you layer them? And I thought, layer them? And you can do this. My Nana and Mama never did this because they were just too busy making the biscuits and flipping the biscuits on the cast iron and, you know, getting it going and frying up the sausage. But this really does work, so let's hope it goes well. So let's get these biscuits a mix. Okay, so remember, I do 2 cups of plain white flour, about a full tablespoon or 3 teaspoons of your baking powder, a little bit of baking soda and salt, and I whisk that up. I'm now going to put in my oil, which again can be your butter, your lard, your Crisco, whatever you use, and I use about, I don't know, 5, 6 good teaspoons in there, and just kind of crumble it up. If I need to put a little bit more, I do. If it's too much, you know, you just work with what you've got. And then I'm going to add a cup of milk. So I'm going to get all this worked up in here real quick, and then we're going to plop it out, and then we're going to try to see how well I can layer these up. I probably should have made a double batch because I do think the layering effect can, you know, just so good and yummy and everything. I probably should have made a double batch here, but we'll just work with what we've got. Let's go. Okay, so we've put in the Crisco. I did 6 teaspoons, not tablespoons. I did teaspoons, y'all. And now I'm going to add in, so it's just crumbled up. You see how that kind of looks a little bit more like cornmeal now? Just work that through with your hands. It's going to get on you and on your camera and everything else. And then I'm going to put in my milk. Okay? So I'm going to mix that up, get my dough going. I'm going to try to not overwork it. And then we're going to get it rolling. Now some folks at this point just take their dough after they knead it together and they'll just form their biscuits by hand. Some people just drop them like it's hot right on the pan. Some people roll them out and do single layer. We're going to try to layer these up a little bit here in just a moment. Make sure I've got enough flour, not too much, so you're not adding too much flour to your biscuits. And I got one of these, by the way. My little Mennonite store finally got some in. I was looking at their canning stuff, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to buy one of these doodads. Everybody talks about it. So far, so good. So this is what you suggested. You suggested rolling them out, right? So that's what I'm doing. Trying to not overwork. Using my French Le Francais rolling pin, not pan. Lord have mercy. Be pretty cute if it was a pan, wouldn't it? So you're rolling it out. Now see, normally I just cut and go. Just cut and go, girl. But I can't remember who said this. So you're rolling it out. And then what they do is they're gonna, well, let me do it thinner than that. I think that's too thick. I've made some really good dough this morning. See, right now I'd already be done. But we're having fun. Fold it over. We're gonna roll it again. Now it's not gonna be a perfect fold, see? It's not gonna match over completely. I don't know how much you can see there. I think it'd be better to make 2 or 3 batches. You know what I'm saying? And then just layer them on top of each other. That's personally what I think I would do. You tell me. Because this is not making a whole lot of that. Okay. And then basically the idea is to cut. So while the layered biscuits, which by the way made about 8, and some are going to be a little bit prettier than the others. That's just the way it goes when we make homemade biscuits anyway. I'm making a second batch because, again, I want to compare. So do I like layered biscuits? Or how is it going to roll with the single layer? Just what we normally do, which is roll it out, cut and go. So while those are baking, I'm making a second batch. Let's compare how many we get, size, texture. Let's just play. Let's have fun with some biscuits today. Check those layered biscuits out, y'all. Woo-hoo! Remember, you bake your biscuits for about 15 minutes on 400, okay? Check that bad boy out. Okay, y'all, so here's my second batch that I just do as normal. And I've noticed that with this new doohickey, that regardless of whether I am layering the biscuits or whether I'm just doing big old single cuts, I'm getting about 8 biscuits, okay? So that's what you're looking at. I'm used to getting closer to 10 to 12 because I use a regular mouth, mason jar. So there, that's where we're at here in terms of, I thought, okay, because I'm layering and, I don't want to roll too much, I'm losing dough per se. Doesn't appear to be the case. We got 8 going in the oven and 8 going right here. And by the way, let me tell you something. This is brewing in my coffee pot right now. Oh my gosh. Krispy Kreme, you make us all so very, very happy. If you hadn't gotten a hold of some of this is at my... See, we don't have a Krispy Kreme anywhere around here anymore. Being from Knoxville, I grew up on Krispy Kreme. But I got this at Food City, and this is my 3rd pack of it. And I have to tell you, it's not organic, but gosh, it's awful good. Gonna be real good with these biscuits. Let's compare them. Let's see how they turn out. I am excited. All right, guys, just took this second batch out of the oven. This is more of your traditional single cut. You can still see there might be a little bit of layering in there, okay? And then there's that last wonky one. I call it my baby biscuit that you have right there. Then we're going to come over to the first batch you saw me cook at the layered. Let's be honest here. Are we really going to fret from this to this when you're putting it with that and tremendous sausage and gravy? No, but I will say if you love that really thick layered appeal, you might want to try doing what I did today. Pretty impressive. You clearly get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Depending on what size your cutter is, doesn't look like you're going to lose any biscuits. So thanks for watching, guys, today. We got to get this sausage and gravy going. And here is that ginger tea I was telling you about. See how that all melts down? You talk about delicious. So after we get this going, I will have a wonderful cup of coffee. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you all the time at Appalachia's Homestead. Check out the great Appalachian Homesteading Conference coming to you May 6th. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. We love you. We'll talk to you soon. And get in there and make them biscuits. Ain't no thing but chicken wing.